Hey guys, and welcome back to What's Up Today. I'm Jeff and we're here at Columbia College to practice some more English. In this video, we're going to try to talk about pronunciation. Specifically, we're going to look at the final ED ending that we use for the past tense in English. Let's take a look at some example sentences and see if you can hear the difference between the ED in these words. I shopped at the mall yesterday. I closed the door this morning. Did you hear those words? Shopped, closed. We write them with ED at the end, but they sound a bit different. What's going on? To understand what's going on here, we need to take a step back and take a look at some linguistics and focus on this pronunciation. Let's try a little experiment together. Now, just a fair warning, we're going to make some strange sounds, so maybe you want to close the windows and lock your door, but don't be embarrassed. This will really help you understand and remember what's going on when we make these sounds. Take your fingers and put them on your throat right here. Let's try to make the sound of the letter S. Great, you sound amazing. Now, keep your fingers here and try making the sound of the letter Z. Z. Do you feel that? You should feel your vocal cords vibrating when you produce that sound Z, but when we make that sound S, nothing is moving. This is what we call the difference between voiced and voiceless sounds. If you noticed, our mouth and tongue stay the same when we pronounce S and Z. The only difference is our vocal cords are vibrating. Now, this difference between voiced and voiceless sounds isn't only found in English. We can see this in all languages. But today, we're going to look at how it applies to English and how it works specifically for that ED ending used in the past tense. Let's go back to that first example we looked at the beginning. I shopped at the mall yesterday. Taking that word shop, what we need to do is look at the last sound of that word. The last sound of the word shop is p, p. Now, is p voiced or voiceless? Now that we know our little trick, you can always run a test. Put your fingers on and try to say p, p. Do you feel anything moving? No, that means it is voiceless. Now, why is this important? If a word ends in a voiceless sound and we want to add ED, that ED will also be pronounced voiceless. In this case, that will sound like the letter T. T. That's why the correct pronunciation of shop in the past tense is shopped. Shopped. Not shopped, not shopped, but shopped. I shopped at the mall yesterday. Let's go back to that other sentence from the beginning. I closed the door this morning. In this example, we have the word close. What's the last sound of the word close? I hear Z, close. Right? So that Z sound is voiced, which means when we add ED, we need another voiced pronunciation. In this case, that will sound like the letter D. D. Closed. I closed the door this morning. So now that we understand voiced and voiceless, we need to talk about one more pronunciation of ED. What happens if a word ends in T or D? Let's look at the example rest. R-E-S-T. Because rest ends in a T, when we add ED, we use our third pronunciation, ud. Rested. Rested. I rested all afternoon. If you're interested in learning more about the difference between voiced and voiceless sounds, take a look at this handy chart and see how some of these sounds compare and how they can greatly change the meaning of a word. I hope you found this information helpful, and now you can go out there and talk about the past tense with beautifully accurate pronunciation. If you guys are interested in this sort of content or want us to talk about another subject, please let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear some feedback and make some videos that are meant for you. Once again, thank you guys so much for spending time with us today. Come back next time and learn more with What's Up Today.